generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, abstract stunner, rise above, domino, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, extinguish fear when we generate. Since day one we've been going in militant, not same, oh so different, abstract stunners, no equivalent, double L's flows omnipotent, make I suggest a lyric proof vest, I got a bar that will tear through a chest, cause a massacre from my caliber, your Kevlar can't protect. Anyway, back to the subject, expose devilish acts to the public, and talk topics they won't publish, instigating cold wars like Sputnik, observe you with a satellite view, heard the cattle these parasites do, worshipping the gods of our conquerors, it's a blinded acolyte view, members of spineless remain reminded, they drink blood and sacrifice you, so misguided, laws are provided, to benefit the chosen few, so we rise above and extinguish fear when we generate love, a single candle lights up the darkness, that is the power we all harness, let's identify targets, light them up, lift them down, carpet beef, sprinkly garnish, the message word power.
Hello, what's going on everybody, how you doing? We are live on Facebook. It's not our normal home, not our normal place of rest. I'd like to say hello to my co-host, Mr. Andy PG.
Yo, what's going on? Friday night, Rise Above.
It's Friday night. It's Friday night. It's Rise Above on Facebook. What the hell is going on?
Well, do you want to explain why we're on Facebook?
Well, before we do that, let's get a few more people watching the stream. Big up to everybody already tuned in. Please share the stream, like it, comment, get other people involved.
Show it to your mum, guys.
Yeah, show it to your mum.
Show it to your nan.
We've got some comments already. Big up Darren. Hello to everyone tuned in. I'm going to explain in a short minute why we're not on our normal home of Double LMC's YouTube page tonight, because something happened this week, didn't it? So let's do a screen share, and let's just play a little tune while we're waiting for some more people to jump in. Yo, big up Caleb. Hang tight, everybody tuned in. It's Rise Above. It's Friday night. My name is Double LMC. What's happening? Big up everybody. We need to get 50 people tuned in.
Share it, guys. Instagram, Twitter. Let's get your friends in.
We fight the military here. We fight the military here. We fight the military here. We fight the military here.
Yeah, big up everybody. It's Friday night.
We fight the military here. I never revive the military here. We fight the military here.
Whoa, 33 people.
We fight the military here. You invite the military here. We fight the military here. Gore-Tex boots, ankle holster, kit, low visibility grey. Shock troops, 50k taser, crowd dispersal energy ray. Flame retardant combat fatigues, 9mm Glock 17s. SIG, 516, carbine with pine cap magazine. Red dot sight gun mounted, flashlight, backup clip, track with lair. Counter protest firearms officer, CS grenades across his chest. Strict orders, encrypted frequencies. Combat civil unrest, across all borders, untold secrecy. Rolled out on the streets of the west. We fight the military here. I never revive the military here. We fight the military here. We fight the military here. Did you invite the military here? We fight the military here.
Yes.
Yo,
it is Friday night. How the hell is everybody doing? Merry Christmas and a happy new year to everybody.
2021, yo.
2021 is in the goddamn house, and this is Rise Above. Firstly, I apologize that we are not on YouTube tonight. I might as well get down to it. This is why we're not on YouTube tonight. I don't know if you guys know, I made a video before Christmas, and I've got to be very, very careful what I say here. Isn't that right, Andy?
You're very careful. Yeah,
I've got to be very careful. We've got
to talk in a slight code.
We are living through the Soviet Union, yeah, and speech is extremely restricted. I've made a number of videos about a current viral situation, something that's being offered to remedy the virus, yeah, and its relationship to a virus. It was back in the 80s that was particularly bad for
the homosexual community.
People and African people. Now, I can't even say the names of those three things because I can actually get taken down for making this connection. Anyway, I can't go into that. So I made a video about that. It was instantly taken down from YouTube, and I got a warning on my account. So what I did was I uploaded it to BitChute, and I will put the link to BitChute. And I made a comedy video on YouTube to explain what I'd found, the information that I'd uncovered, and it had been taken down. I'd just like to add, all of the information I uncovered was from original source material, the mainstream media, scientific papers, accredited,
CDC,
ones that have been retracted, I said they were retracted. I was simply
Dr.
critiquing.
Fauci was in there.
Yeah, Dr. Fauci was in there. So anyway, I got a warning for this first video. But what had actually happened in the stream the week before, stream number 8, I had made a presentation about what I called the glorious cure. And it contained some of that information in. And last week, they retrospectively went back into stream 8, deleted it. And I've now got a strike, so we cannot post on YouTube for 1 week.
Ooh,
One whole week.
We're in YouTube jail.
We're in you-know-who-tube jail, yeah? So the technocratic priest class have swooped down and said, no, you can't talk about that. Now, what, guys, I'm going to share with you is what they sent me as to why they took down what I had posted. Pardon me. So let's do a screen grab again, right? And we will go for, where is it? Here we are. Right, so this is YouTube's COVID-19 medical misinformation policy. And this is why I'm banned from YouTube for 1 week, because apparently I've been giving medical misinformation.
Allegedly, from medical sources.
Allegedly. Although, all I've been doing, and I just want to get my notes here, because I have prepared a statement, guys. I'm going to say it's basically now impossible to tell the truth about the glorious cure, or in fact, any aspect of COVID 1984 and the people's pandemic whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to go through here. It says YouTube does not allow content about COVID-19 that poses a serious risk of egregious harm. Pretty sure I didn't pose a risk of any harm. I was only presenting information from the mainstream media, from scientific sources. I was critiquing them. I was putting them together. And I was not really drawing any conclusions. I was actually letting people draw their own conclusions last time I checked. Let's be fair.
It certainly wasn't medical misinformation, or
I wasn't giving anyone any medical information.
No.
I was simply reading out mainstream media stories about people that had taken, let's call it the Pfizer Christmas miracle. Because we've got to be careful. I can't even talk about what I'm talking about. This is the crazy
I'm not sure
world.
if we can even say the PF word either.
Probably best not to. I can't say the V word.
No.
I can't talk about the virus from the 1980s that was particularly harmful for African and homosexual people. I can't talk about that link because that's strictly forbidden.
As you know, only 3 strikes on YouTube and your channel's down. So
Yeah,
we're
so
1 out of 3.
Yeah. If I have a next strike, I'm 1 strike away from having my YouTube permanently deleted, right? Now, here's the thing. I don't want to get deleted from YouTube. YouTube is the biggest platform in the world. It's the best way to reach what we would call normies, or people that are fence sitters and waking up to this alternative information that we want to try and open their eyes to. So it's really important that I keep YouTube. So anyway, this is why I was taken down. Let's go down a little bit. What this policy means for you. If you're posting content,
can we enlarge it for the guys?
Let me see if I can enlarge it. Why not?
Zoom in.
Rise above. Let's zoom in. Let's rise above. What this means for you. If you're posting content on YouTube, it includes any of the following: treatment misinformation, content that encourages the use of home remedies in place of medical treatment, such as consulting a doctor or going to hospital. So whatever you do, don't talk about alternative remedies, natural herbal remedies, holistic remedies, spiritual remedies. Don't talk about, well, does that include changing your diet?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can't talk about it. It says later on down there, doesn't it? Keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay, right. Content that encourages the use of prayer or rituals in place of medical treatment. Well, I certainly haven't done that. Content that claims that there's a guaranteed cure for COVID-19. I certainly haven't been doing that. Claims about COVID-19 vaccinations that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities or WHO.
Easy on the V word there, my man.
Well, I'm reading straight
I would still just be wary.
Okay, I will be wary.
We'll call it the glorious
cure. But hey, I was using that code word and even I got taken down for that. So who knows?
Oh, it's because it's got cure in it.
Anyway, big up everyone that's tuned in. This is Rise Above. We're on Facebook tonight because we have got a temporary ban from YouTube for telling the truth about what's going on. I'm sure I'm still allowed to say that. Okay, so what else? Content that claims that any currently available medicine prevents you from getting coronavirus. Think about this. You cannot put out content that claims any current available medicine prevents you from getting coronavirus. So that's basically making a blanket statement. There is no preventative measure in the medical world anywhere that you can take, let alone talk about on YouTube without being taken down.
That's fucking.
That's mental. This is right. If you think it's crazy that we talk about the Soviet Union, yeah, well, funny. We are literally living in something that is more restrictive and
It's
more,
like serious
more propaganda
censorship.
fueled than the Soviet Union.
100%.
People in the Soviet Union would wince at this type of censorship.
Because the thing is, they got the tech now to go with it. Anyway, we'll continue that.
Right. So, okay. So here's some other things you can't do. You can't claim that there's a guaranteed prevention method for COVID-19. Claims that an approved COVID-19 vaccine will cause death, infertility, or contradiction of other infectious diseases. Now, I've got to be very careful what I say here, because I might have been taken down for this. However, I was only reading out the testimony of experts, which included people that had Nobel Prizes for their work in these respective fields. I was not making any wild claims of my own. I was simply, well, if you can
reading information.
Yeah, reading information.
Mainstream, scientific and medical information, published information.
Right. What is also forbidden in the Soviet Union? Claims that an approved COVID-1984 vaccine will contain substances or devices meant to track or identify those who receive it. Well, I have been reading the documents from ID 2020, which do actually have an in-depth analysis of exactly how the glorious cure for the COVID-1984 people's pandemic is going to contain some technology that will enable you to fulfill the tasks in this aforementioned list here that I've got to be very careful what I talk about. Because, me and Andy, guys, we've already lost one Facebook account. Each. When did that happen?
That was back in August, no, it was September time.
It must have been October, because I didn't make the Serco speech until October. October. Yeah, so everyone that was members of Cognitive Dissidence group, they know that the group got taken down. People that were admins got their accounts taken down that weren't even posting some of the stuff I was posting. So yeah, full on COVID-1984 business is going down. Okay, so let's go down here. Claims that a specific population will be required by an entity exception for a government to take part in a vaccine trials or receive a vaccine first. So if you said that, let's put this into perspective. If you made a claim that people in Britain are going to get to try the vaccine first, which is an empirical fact,
because that's where it got
you've made a claim that a specific population will be required to take part in a vaccine trials or receive the vaccine first. Britain was required to receive the vaccine first last time I checked.
Because it got approved first.
We approved it first.
Yeah. So
what we're living in now, we're living in a situation where if you regurgitate things even from approved sources like the BBC about things that have and are said to happen in the mainstream news sphere, you could be breaking these rules.
That's ridiculous, man.
Basically, they're going to make it so it's almost impossible to talk about it apart from reading straight from the Wuhan hoax organization. Now it gets even weirder, right? I'm going to go down a bit because it just gives you straight up examples of what is definitely not allowed on YouTube, and I'm going to read these out. You are not allowed to deny that COVID-19 exists.
So we just to interject,
we have never claimed.
We've said from day one, like, we're not saying that it doesn't exist. What we're saying, I mean, Dr. Fauci and that, they were working on something in Wuhan.
Well, in the video, in my forbidden upload, I gave actual evidence, scientific papers from Fauci's Institute of Chinese COVID scientists working on the building blocks for this. So I have never said this is not real.
No.
Okay. So you can't say COVID-19 does not exist. You cannot make claims that people have not died from COVID-1984. You cannot make claims that any glorious cure is a guaranteed prevention for COVID-19. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me read that again. You can't make a claim that even Big Pharma's glorious cure is a prevention method for COVID-19. So let me break that down. That means you cannot say that a vaccine prevents you from getting COVID-19. Think about this.
An approved.
Are we being weird, guys? I haven't even looked at the comment section, yeah? Because, I'm a little bit on edge about what's happened. Normally, we're banging the comment section. Hello, everyone.
Spoken word nerd there. Big up yourself.
Big up, everyone. Big up the word nerd. I would get you along, mate, but you won't be allowed to speak, and we're just going to do a little short stream tonight. It's not going to be like, we're not going to have Magic's Mind Benders or anything like that. We've got 45 people tuned in. We're talking about censorship, guys. We're talking about the fact that we're not on YouTube this week. And I am currently reading out the list of things which are completely forbidden to say on YouTube. And one of them is that a vaccine is a guaranteed prevention method for COVID 1984. You can't make claims that a specific treatment or medicine is guaranteed to cure it. You can't make claims that certain people have immunity to COVID 1984 due to their race or nationality. This is mental. You can't be encouraging the taking of home remedies instead of getting medical treatment when sick. What is medical treatment? Being put on a ventilator and being killed?
I guess so, yeah. Or the glorious cure.
Or the glorious cure. So that's what like the Wuhan hoax organization said to the Africans, isn't it? Whatever you do, don't use the home remedies that you've been. Oh, see, I've got to be careful about what I'm saying.
Is it who was it? Was it the Madagascan?
It was Madagascan and the Jolani,
That's
president.
They had a.
I covered this in one of the first ever episodes of Rise Above.
It was like an elixir of natural herbs, spices, tree barks,
COVID organics,
things like that. COVID organics.
COVID 1984 organics.
So yeah, they were. They're basically they were all taking that, and they refused the Wuhan health organizations.
Yeah, and the Wuhan hoax organization were not happy. They were not
no, and that's
about the Jolanese dissidents from the COVID Union.
The media absolutely slated him.
Yeah, they absolutely slated him. They said you're going to kill yourself taking those dangerous herbal remedies that you've been taking for thousands of years. And he's like, wait a minute, we're from Madagascar.
Didn't they have a really low rate?
Like 5 people.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right, those the good people of Madagascar, they have a 1,000-year heritage of using natural remedies.
Careful, Lance.
Oh, see,
careful.
Look. Yeah, because at the end of the day, Zuckerberg, Sugar Mountain,
you go easy there, my man.
He's got to be operating on these same rules. Let me carry on. So, content that claims holding. Oh, no, this is where it gets really dumb. Encouraging people to take home remedies. Yeah, that's really stupid. Discouraging people from consulting medical professions if they're sick. Professionals. Content that claims holding your breath can be used as a diagnostic test for COVID 1984. Who the hell?
I do remember right back when this thing started that people were saying if you can hold your breath if you can't hold your breath for 10 seconds, then you've probably got it or something. I do remember some people with some dribble going around like that.
I'm just thinking over the last few months, all of the things in my newsfeed coming straight from the mainstream corporate media about all of the apparent remedies, cures, preventatives, including cannabis, vitamin D, etc., etc., etc.
Sunshine, exercise.
We would be breaking these rules and violating these rules simply for reading out mainstream media headlines
or suggesting to just live basically a healthier lifestyle, get some sunlight, decent diet, some exercise.
Don't sit in your studio all day making videos about
apparently
COVID
not.
1984.
No, apparently
which
not.
is basically what I've been forced to do now. Because can I even talk about that? Another thing I can't talk about. Basically, soon it'll just be a video of me in a straitjacket with a gag on. Just it was still tuning in. God damn it! Right, so videos alleging that setting off fireworks can clean the air of a virus and will prevent the spread of the virus. Who the hell has been suggesting that? Claims that COVID 1984 is caused by radiation from 5G networks, but that's obviously forbidden to talk about that. Videos alleging that COVID 1984 test is the cause of the virus.
So yeah, it just goes on. Guys. We won't go too much more.
But the last one here, it is absolutely forbidden to say claims that COVID-19 vaccine will contain a microchip or a tracking device. So whatever you do, don't be talking about Lord Schwab's plans.
Whoa. Do you want to just mention who that is for our Facebook viewers?
Facebook viewers. If you don't know who Lord Schwab is, when we talk about Lord Schwab,
should we get a picture of him out quickly?
I think maybe you should just Andy, your finest picture. You should just Andy. It's actually Jamie, but now can you Andy this, please? So for anyone that tunes into Joe Rogan, and R.I.P. Joe Rogan, he's finished, in my opinion, but he used to be good. Anyone that used to tune into Joe Rogan, you know what Jamie does. He gets up. Here we go. Here's the Schwab. Here's the dirty old Schwab. Right, Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum. And yeah, it's Lance talking about the Great Reset again. That stupid old conspiracy theory. Well, whether you think that Lord Schwab's plans are a conspiracy theory or not is very irrelevant, ignorant peasants. Lord Schwab plans to do many things. You can read his quotes. He wants to inject nanoparticles and microcomputers inside of us.
He's a big fan of big tech algorithms.
He's also a good mate with Matt Hancock as well.
Yeah, very good friends.
In 2017, I've got the link for this. Before Matt Hancock was whatever he is now, health czar of the Soviet Union, he was minister.
Digital minister.
And in 2017, he wrote a paper called The Fourth Industrial Revolution. And the fourth industrial revolution, everyone that's paying attention or is semi-awake has heard of that. Lord Schwab, this dude here, he invented the term, the fourth industrial revolution. Where's the picture of Lord Schwab in his nice Saturn?
Oh, well,
outfit?
we have to
Go back. Here we go. Here we go. This is what he wears in his spare time. Nothing to worry about. This guy's totally
interesting
normal.
character.
So what? If this
Did you trust someone dressed like that? Go back to that picture.
So yeah, this is the guy that wants to end capitalism. He wants to end private property. He wants to end free movement and start stakeholder capitalism.
I'm not trusting
Guess
anyone
what?
dressed like that.
Guess
in
what?
robes
You
like that.
and I are not stakeholders. Lord Schwab is a stakeholder.
Look at this dude.
Like Musk is a stakeholder, right?
Yeah.
We are not stakeholders. We are not stakeholders. So yeah, that when I talk about Lord Schwab, he says loads of crazy stuff about the fourth industrial revolution will be an array of micro nano computers and
Smart
antennas.
dust. He's a big
smart
fan of
dust
smart
inside
dust.
your mind, reading your thoughts. He loves this shit. He talks about it all the time. He's shouting it from the rooftops.
Yeah,
all the stuff that I was talking about last year. This guy is the man that actually is going to do it.
Well, he's driving. He wants to
driving
do it. He's
it
trying
at 100
to do
miles
it,
an
yeah.
hour. He's got David Attenborough behind him.
He has. He's written a book called The Great Reset.
And
By Klaus Schwab.
COVID 1984 and the Great Reset. It actually says on the. It's not just called the Great Reset. It's called COVID-19 and the Great Reset.
Beg your pardon. So
Yeah.
actually, look that up, guys. Look into that. His book, and by Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum. He's got some very powerful friends as well. He's a very influential character.
Yeah, we don't like him.
No, we don't like
He's
him
not our
at all.
friend. He's not our friend at all.
He's not anyone's friend.
So back to my my little. I've got a little agenda I wanted to talk about here, because obviously this is not a normal Rise Above tonight. There is no way that we can do on
Absolutely not.
Facebook
No.
what we normally do on YouTube. It would cause a big problem, and we would lose. I would lose my Facebook.
Mate, my mum might be watching.
Yeah, we can't do what we
No.
normally do. So what did we want to talk about? So yeah, we lost the stream. We lost the whole stream, 5 hours of original work, because we were just talking about Lord Schwab and his plans and how it links in with the glorious cure and all the other things we're not really allowed to talk about anymore. I've gone through the guidelines with you. So our future approach, right? We want to avoid getting any more strikes on
We've only
YouTube.
got two more.
We've only got 2 more, and I'll lose my 4,000 subscribers and all the shit I've been building up this year, and it's been a lot of work. It's not on YouTube. It's not like other platforms. It's very difficult to get subscribers. You actually have to have good content that people want to watch, and then they've got to click the subscribe button rather than just watch it, etc., etc. I don't want to lose everyone. YouTube is a very good platform for regular people to watch. You can watch it on your TV very easily, so it's still a good platform for me to share my work. But some of the spicy work is now going to go on BitChute. BitChute has no rules whatsoever. You can say whatever you like on BitChute, even really naughty things that are basically almost illegal. There's some, as we know, there is some really, really edgy content on BitChute.
Well, it is freedom of speech. That is what we're supposed to be living in.
And we are freedom of speech extremists.
As far as YouTube and Facebook go, me and Lance, for what we've personally experienced, you have not got freedom of speech. We weren't doing any of those things which was stated in the especially getting taken off Facebook.
Yeah, it's an absolute joke, to be honest.
Literally.
Yeah. So going forward, to avoid breaking any of those rules, my YouTube is still going to have Rise Above content on it. Ideally, we probably want to take the stream somewhere else, because on a Friday night, when we do a long stream, we want to be able to talk about whatever we want to be able to talk about with absolutely no holes barred.
That's why I think BitChute's the one.
But can we stream on BitChute? I don't know if you can. I need to look into this more. So people in the comment section, do we know, what is the second best thing that you can actually stream on apart from YouTube?
Some people are using DLive. I'm not sure how popular that is.
Yeah,
mainstream wise.
Yeah, so if you just tuned in, the reason we are not live on YouTube tonight is because we've had a strike, and 3 strikes and my account gets terminated. And there's a lot of work on there. All of my MC stuff and music, all of my travel blogs from Southeast Asia. I don't want to lose it. I've obviously got it backed up, but I've been building up the views on there. So that's why we're just making a few statements on the Facebook tonight about how bad things are getting, really, with the censorship, because it is getting seriously bad, isn't it?
And I think it's only going to get worse.
It's going to get worse. We had someone in the comment section saying, the president of the United States has been deplatformed. How the hell does that happen? Here he is, Darren. Trump has been deplatformed. What is the world coming to? How can you deplatform the president of the United States?
Whether you like him or hate him,
Whether you like him or hate him.
This is still the president of the United States.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is going forward, when I get some really juicy information or a brand new piece of information sent to me and I want to present it to you guys properly, it's going to be on BitChute. It's got to be. It's got to be on BitChute. Because there I can talk about things without using stupid code words. I can really get down to business. But what I'm going to do is I'm always going to mirror it on YouTube with a comedy Soviet Union video using stupid code words and a bit of satire and a bit of parody.
As we like to do here.
As we like. And I'll obviously be putting the links to the BitChute. So I can obviously kill two birds with one stone there. And that's the plan going forward. The stream will return next week. But going forward, we're going to try and find a new platform to avoid getting permanently terminated, as I've just said there. Okay, so what else have we got here? Yeah, my COVID 1984 videos are specifically designed. Can you get them up? Can you get the YouTube up there?
Certainly.
Are specifically designed for sharing, right? And while these are still up, because what I'm worried about, guys, I'm really worried that these rules are new and they've just been beefed up. And what they're going to do is start going back through my videos retrospectively and taking them down, because there's enough. There could be enough in there to literally take us down. So I'm just going to get Andy to show you. There is a playlist, mate. You go to the playlist at the top.
Stay firm.
These videos I've made, right? There's like 14 or 15 of them. And I'm really quite serious about this, yeah? I haven't made these to get likes or to be cool. I spent a lot of time doing this research to compile it. I already knew most of this stuff. I know how this works because I've been doing this for a long time. I've made these to help other people, and that's God's honest truth. They start off... Go to the whole playlist. Show them all. They start off in basically bite-sized chunks, one subject at a time. Share the screen. Fake deaths. ID 2020. I went to Stockholm. I spent a month there to show people what it's really like in Sweden. Show the truth. No lockdowns, no job losses, no closures, nothing. No masks, nothing. I show it in graphic detail. Episode 3. I start talking about data-enabled vaccines, taking it away from ID 2020 and into Gavi. I go further than that in episode 4. Episode 5 is the most famous of all, which is where I tear apart Furco and track and trace. That's what put me on the map this year and originally got me banned, I believe, first time, because I started doing speeches about that as well. That is probably my best piece of work, because it seemed like I really uncovered something there that people literally didn't know. They didn't have any idea how bad it was. I didn't have any idea how bad that was. That was one of the avenues that really surprised me. Okay, so the reason I'm going through this now is this: if we've got any new viewers on Facebook, I made these for not only for people that are interested in this stuff to take their understanding a little bit further, potentially. They're specifically to show to normies and to friends and family that are sitting on the fence. Friends and family where you've like planted a seed, yeah? Because we're all trying to plant seeds, hopefully, fingers crossed, to wake people up as to what's really going on. These are for people that have got a foot in the door and want their door proper kicked open. There's enough in these to wake up people, to get them grassroots level, layman's term stuff, and I go into some really deep information.
All nicely, though.
Nicely, yeah, nice and friendly. Andy is in a couple of these with me. Oh no, you didn't do. You did you did Dark Occult with me, didn't you? So I use all proper government source material. Most of my stats, 99%, come from only Office of National Statistics. It's all I use. It's all I trust to really tell you the truth about how badly they're fudging the figures, because they show you. So I do all steps of it: the Rockefeller lockstep, COVID one view, track and trace. Before these get taken down, I really would want people to start sharing them. Each one of them is in a completely different subject. For that very reason, it's like a 14-step program to de-indoctrinate yourself out of the Soviet mindset. Because let's be real, yeah, that's what's happening to us. People are being indoctrinated into a Soviet mindset, and we're seeing it every day, aren't we, Andy?
It's a rise of communism through the use of this virus. Again, we're not saying it doesn't exist, but it's being used for...
It's being ridden off the back of it.
It's being ridden off the back of it to bring in global communism, essentially, from our man Klaus Schwab, who we've just previously showed. And then, you know, people like Matt Hancock and other certain political figures in place, not here in the UK, but around the globe, are also following the same agenda, and that's how it's being moved in. I mean, look at Bill Gates's donations to the organisations, especially media organisations.
It's 50 million a year just to the BBC.
So of course they're not going to give the guy any bad press.
Yeah,
they're only going to give him good press,
mate. We've got to be careful. We can't be talking about
I'm not
Health Chancellor Gates and how he,
Chancellor Gates.
We got to be careful. Let's have a bit of a laugh about this stupid Soviet Union that we're living in. Let's go back to a screen grab. One sec. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be using this boom more often. This is very good. It really frees up my hands, baby. Right. Okay. Here is a hot topic. I said we're going to have a laugh. I meant to go to a meme, but I've just gone straight to the hot topic. Here is a hot topic. How busy are hospitals in England? Because there seems to be a lot of misinformation about this at the moment. Now, I just want to make one thing clear. Whatever we say from this point in, I want to say one thing. I know for a fact that there are some hotspots in the country where there are a lot of people that are getting ill. I know Kent is one of them because I know people there. I am not having a go at healthcare workers particularly, apart from those that know what's going on, that aren't saying anything.
I'd just like to quickly interject here. So we are now literally in the dead of winter, okay? It's like, it's middle of January, basically. It's the worst possible part of flu season, and it's the coldest pretty much it's going to get. And am I correct in saying they came out and they said they were going to merge the flu and
that happened in
COVID-19?
That happened in week 47, I believe.
Yeah, so they're merging flu and COVID cases together. They're not differentiating between the two, so they're counting them all as COVID. Just so obviously there's naturally going to be cases of influenza, flu in the wintertime, but that is automatically going onto the COVID.
And here's the other thing. If you go into a hospital today, for any reason, you by default are given a coronavirus test, which, as we all know, are up to 90% inaccurate, offering false positives. This is a documented fact.
And the inventor of the test,
Carrie Mullis.
They said this is not to be used to diagnose infectious disease.
Not fit for purpose. That's what he said.
However,
PCR test is not to fit. Oh, wait a minute. Can we talk? Can we say that?
I don't know, but it's the fact. It's a fact.
It's a fact. But we've already established, right? You're not allowed to say facts.
Well, we're going to say it anyway.
Okay.
Because it is what it is. The PCR test has been, the inventor of it said it's not fit for purpose to diagnose infectious disease, but yet we are using it to diagnose infectious disease.
He said basically, if you want to, you could find anything in anyone using a PCR test if you increase the levels of amplification. And it's there are so many things going on to screw us at the moment and to knock us off kilter with how we decode authentic reality. Even if you're spending almost a full-time job doing it like we are, it's not easy, is it?
It takes up a lot of time.
It takes up a lot of time.
And energy.
And emotions. And your spirit. And your life force.
They do say ignorance is bliss, but,
Well, ignorance is strength and wisdom is stupidity in the Soviet Union. Guys.
Allegedly.
Big up everyone still tuned in. It's Rise Above on a Friday night. We are guesting on Facebook tonight. We are guesting on Facebook tonight because we have been temporarily banned from broadcasting on YouTube. The technocratic priest class at YouTube.
They've said no.
They have said no. The computer said no. The algorithms have
Schwab's
algorithms have picked up an illegal non-approved broadcast, and that's why we're here tonight talking to you. So this is a big hot topic. How busy are hospitals in England? Everyone last week was putting their postcode into that finder to show how many cases. Now, I had a big discussion with someone or a disagreement. I was putting in my postcode and it was coming out with Dorset University Hospital Trust. And it was saying, I believe, 2 people on ventilators and like 15 or 20 COVID patients. And I posted a screenshot and I said, that's nothing. Someone else in Bournemouth did it and they got a different result. It was like 50 COVID patients and 9 on ventilators. And I said, okay, well, they said I was lying. I was putting in Dorchester Hospital. I didn't. I just put in my postcode. I live in Poole. But I said, well, look, it's 500,000 people in Bournemouth, just in Bournemouth alone. 9 people on a ventilator. Is that a pandemic?
Plus, I wonder how many people in the normal influenza season, that have got it particularly bad, might have gone on a ventilator.
And you've got
anyway.
to remember, yeah, in any given time, in any circumstance, in any hospital, there will be people on ventilators by default.
Yeah, exactly.
Dying of respiratory diseases.
I'm not saying it's all. Some of it might be pneumonia. Some of it might be like people were on ventilators in winter times before this current pandemic. Believe me.
Pete Taylor, we missed the YouTube comment section as well. I mean, big up everyone tuned in. Thank you everyone for commenting. But I tell you what, right, the YouTube comment section on a Friday night
goes mental.
On a Rise Above show, you could make a whole program just about that.
Yeah, literally.
I'm sure some people just tune in to go in the comment section and just have like rabbit hole assault courses with other people.
That's exactly what it is. Rabbit hole assault.
It's like a Royal Marines Commando rabbit hole assault course. Yeah, so big up Pete Taylor. Hang tight, all of the regular listeners.
We'll be back next week.
Big up Spoken Word Nerd. We will be back next week with the usual format. And we will, whatever happens, right? Every strike that we get against us, it makes us a little bit stronger. It builds up our armor. We get a little bit more resilient to attacks.
Plus, all our stuff's backed up.
Is backed up. I haven't got my camera back yet from the COVID forces. I bought another one that's better. I don't care. At the end of the day, no one is going to stop us from doing these broadcasts. Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. There's
not while we're in the flesh.
I've already had everything. You're at home doing nothing now. They've taken your employment away from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've lost my MCing career. Basically, probably will never happen again because of COVID 1984.
Well, even if they open it back up, you're not allowed to travel. If you're from Britain, they ain't letting you in. Even if they were allowed in another country. What, you went to Stockholm last year, Romania?
Yeah,
and
France.
Even if you could do it in those countries, you're not allowed to leave Britain because you haven't got a good enough reason, because you're not essential.
Well, yeah, but if I have a job booked in another country, that would be all right.
Oh, no, because you're not allowed to travel. They don't want to let you in because you're from Britain.
Oh, yeah, because
you're from the Soviet Union.
No, because we've got the super strain. We're like the pinnacle of the Soviet Union. Damn.
I was looking. I'm for those of you I've done ski seasons in the past. I'm a member of a couple of
big up Pete Taylor
groups from groups in the mountain pages, and I see some of the people that advertise apartments and little villas that they have for people that are coming over for the season to work on bars and stuff like that, and ski instructors. They're saying, look, you can't stay here if you're from Britain. They're saying you're
just not welcome
unless you've got a UN passport or like you've got a half French, half Austrian. You're not coming in.
No English allowed. I'll never forget. Like the most disenfranchised I ever felt in my life was when I was in Thailand. I've been living there for a year, and I was going to get the casing on the gold casing on my Buddha fixed because it was letting water in. And they have these gold shops in Thailand that are all red, filled with gold, and the doors are all glass. They're all the same. And I was on this island, and it was the only gold shop. And I'd gone up there, and I had loads of money on me, like 50,000 baht, like £1,000 or something. So I was going to buy some gold as well at the end of my trip. And I got up there, and there's just a sign on the wall written marker pen. It said, "No Farang," and that just means like white Western people. It said, "No Farang, no English people." And I went to open the door, and they put their foot on the door and wouldn't let me in. And I thought,
you ain't welcome.
So how can they tell them English? And I was trying to speak Thai and everything. It's like, no English people allowed. They weren't having it, mate.
Well, that's what it is now. You
Yeah.
try to go snowboarding.
Been kicked out of premises because of the colour of my skin, mate.
You try to go anywhere at the moment, unless you've got seriously good reason, they're not letting you in.
So we've still got 43 people tuned in on Facebook. That's pretty good.
If you're British.
21 people tuned in on each one. Okay. Big up everyone that's tuned in. It's Friday night. It's Rise Above Double, LMC and Andy PG in the house. How busy are hospitals in England?
Should we have a look at the video?
How busy are hospitals in England?
Should we see?
I mean, how busy are hospitals all over the place when this is going on? Has anyone else been accustomed to seeing these videos? Because I'm following this video creator. Big up Alex. Big up Algemex. Hang tight, all the original Serotonin crew. Hang tight, the Brighton Massive. Almost said Bristol then. It's all the B's. Bournemouth, Brighton, and Bristol.
This is where all the taxpayers' money's going, guys.
Big up Claire Randall. Hang tight, the Cornwall Massive. Hang tight, all the Truro Massive. Big up everyone in Bournemouth that's going to the protest tomorrow. I won't be there, but I will be speaking remotely. So what are we watching here? What is this?
That equipment surely worth fucking thousands of pounds, man.
Notice, this is, so what country is that in? That's not in the UK. Look at their ambulance. So these are in different countries all over the world. Some of them obviously in Africa, because everyone's black. Some of obviously in Europe. I'm seeing different like writing on the walls. This is happening all over the world, and this is brand new, right? Let me pause this. No, in fact, I'll just let it play. There's a lot of this. There's about 2 or 3 hours of this. This is from one creator that has been compiling these. And if you notice, this is not from TikTok, because look at the shape of the screen. I would generally say this has been. Look at the camera angle as well. It looks like people are using gimbals. Right. These are choreographed dance moves. They want to be great. People spend time learning these dance routines. Every area of the hospital.
Ridiculous. Where the fucking money's going?
How many people?
People are dying because they can't get hospital treatment. And this is what the fucking people that are getting paid to care for those people are doing.
Mate, I'm seeing people dancing around on MRI scanners.
That fucking offends me.
Like,
I don't get offended.
We're probably going to get a strike for showing this, but at the end of the day, like, people are putting this stuff up on social media. Now, let's be real about this. These are new. These are from this wave of the pandemic, not the first wave,
previous
right?
one.
So, this happened in the first wave. Lots of doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals
in the original one
started posting TikTok dancing videos. Okay. And there was obviously a big backlash against it. People were saying, what the hell are you doing? If there's a pandemic, how have you got time to do this? And the first thing, well, not all of the staff are busy because they're not on the COVID ward. Okay, well, if you're not on the COVID ward and you're not busy and you've got time to do this, why are people at home not getting their treatment? Why are people missing their appointments?
More importantly, like,
why are people missing their scans? Why are people with tumours missing their scans and then being told 3 months later, oh no, it's too far gone. You can't, let's do.
But everyone's still paying into the NHS.
Everyone's still paying into the NHS. Why are nurses furloughed?
People have paid into the NHS all their life, and then when they need them,
big up Barry Heard.
They've been told they can't have the treatment because all the doctors and nurses are too busy dancing.
Yeah, big up Barry Hood. He's a wicked researcher. Maximum respect to Barry. He's unearthed some awesome stuff, like the infectious disease report that shows. I can't even say this.
Careful,
no, I can't say this. Anyway, everyone, follow Barry. He's got some amazing research. I can't even say this because I'll be breaking Sugar Mountain's rules. I don't want to be taken down. So what are we watching here? This is new. I'm guessing most of this is from the US. I've said there's definitely some shots from the African continent in here as well, and Europe. This is all over the world. There's also people with hearts on their hands. Right. I've got 2 explanations. Either these are real healthcare professionals that have got gagging orders and NDAs, non-disclosure, whatever it's called, non-disclosure agreements. And this is the way of them reaching out to the public and saying, we're not doing anything. We're quiet. We can't tell you that we're quiet.
But we can show you. Because we're doing fuck all but dancing.
That's option 1. Or the second option is that all of these people are actors. And this is a mockery ritual. Because I'm sorry, these people are healthcare professionals. They're not stupid. They realise how inappropriate this is. They realise that now this second wave is supposed to be worse than the first wave. We're told it's worse. We're told more people are dying.
As well, Lance, wasn't it tonight? Didn't I read earlier that tonight they were bringing back the clap for heroes? Was that tonight?
Last night.
Was it last night?
And all I saw was people posting
that they weren't going to do it because it's inappropriate.
I just want to big up the person that made this video. Because, here you go. Pan Admin. Right? Big up Pan Admin. She's bad. I just guess it's a woman because she called like Pam, but it's not. Who knows? Who knows? It's gender fluid. Pan Admin. Like their page. They're on BitChute as well. The music is by ODT. Like, there's quite a cool rapper. He sounds a bit like Eminem, and he's a bit cheesy, but his lyrics are really, really good. I've been listening to his stuff and actually really digging it. And he raps about like satanic paedophiles and stuff, which is
careful now.
Oh no! Wait. I forgot this is Facebook.
It's not getting to Pizzagate here.
Mate, imagine if we just started going down the rabbit hole like we do on YouTube.
We might do for the last 10 minutes, but we might drop some rabbit hole.
I don't know if we could even go.
We could drop some breadcrumbs.
Big up Barry. Good to join. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, big up Barry.
Thank you for joining us on Facey. So yeah, I recommend that everyone goes to Pan Admin, likes their page. That was part 7 of busy hospitals that have just been posted this month. There are lots and lots of those videos.
So there is a Facebook group as well. What is it called? It's
called
right. Empty Hospitals in brackets.
Well, before we show it, I want to tell the story.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Last week, when these videos started appearing again, and when people started going into hospitals and filming them, and I'm not talking about people filming 30 seconds in an empty lobby. I've seen videos that are 15 minutes long of people just taking an in-depth stroll through large hospitals and finding empty corridor after empty corridor after empty corridor after empty corridor, walking for 5 minutes and not seeing a single member of staff.
In multiple wards?
Multiple wards. Seeing entire wards turned off, the lights, dark, no one there. I've seen accounts of people going into A&E with a broken leg, sitting there for 2 hours, having someone speak to them once, and then being told to go home because no one can see them because they don't have COVID 1984 symptoms. So I saw this all happen online, and I came across a group called Empty Hospitals. When I first looked at it, it had 3,000 members. I looked back the next day and it had 5,000. So I joined the group and I put a post, "Hi everyone, I'm an independent researcher. I'm trying to expose what's going on. Here are my videos. If you want to share them with your friends and family, this is a deeper level of understanding why we're being lied to, or we might be being lied to about what's going on in hospitals." The admin first of all came to me and they said, guys, Lance, good idea, but wrong group. I was like, what do you mean? They said, this message me. What they basically said is, we have another group called the Great Reset with 20,000 people in it. We don't mix topics because people in this group are just waking up. They've just started to notice that
I hate that term.
Oh, I hate that term as well.
Waking up. I'm sorry to do it.
They've just okay.
They've just started to realise
they've just started
things might not be right as what they've been led to believe.
They've just started to come to a realization they've been lied to. Let's put it like that. Yeah. Now on a grassroots level, the first thing that you're going to notice is if you go to hospital and you go to the accident and emergency, and you can clock how many people are coming in and out. You can see the ambulances coming. And you don't see the reality that's being presented to you on TV. Well, those people have started going in this group and telling their stories. The admin said to me, the way we're doing it is baby steps. People come into this group with their real life stories that they can relate to. Then they start to ask questions like, okay, but why won't this be happening? And then they get asked, would you like to join our next group?
To the other group.
The Great Reset.
Where all the info is.
Where all the info is about why this is happening. Now, I've been telling people about this group because it's an absolute battle zone. There are people in there posting their videos, going in hospitals, telling their stories about cancelled appointments, empty hospitals, some nurses and staff saying this is true, we're very quiet. But then there's like a small percentage of the counter narrative. Now, I'm not going to say they're all fake profiles and bots, but some of them definitely are, and they are getting absolutely slaughtered. Now, the last time I looked, this group had 12,000 people in. Now, the admins, what they'd also done, they created a group on the other side of the story, to be fair, to present the counter narrative, called Overrun Hospitals from COVID. And they've been promoting both groups the same.
Nice.
But the other group,
nice take,
had 25 members and no comments in it.
25
members compared to 12,000.
Yeah.
And I'd seen the admin, she'd been promoting the group in the Empty Hospitals group, saying, to be fair, if you're a healthcare worker and you want to post your evidence, post it in here, or post your testimony, post your story. There just weren't any. Well, anyway, I told Andy about this earlier on. I won't show it to you.
Well, literally, I'd look before the show, about 6:30 when we get setting up.
Group have been taken down.
They're gone. And they've replaced it. There's
now a backup group with like 200 people in it.
And it says Empty Hospitals, and then in brackets, original was deleted, and then on the 8th of January.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. Any sort of good. Sorry, Jason. I would love to talk about that lady. I can't, mate.
Not here, my man.
Not on. Certainly not on here. Can't even talk about that on YouTube. I get taken down if I talk about what happened to her.
That's a BitChute job.
Yeah, you have to go to BitChute to learn about that, which is very unfortunate.
Why's my camera gone all fuzzy again? I was doing this the other week.
Maybe wipe the lens. and then it must be focusing on something. Is that better? It's a little bit better. Okay, so that's where we're at, really. I mean, we've done the stream tonight basically to just apologise that we're not doing our regular stream. We wanted to talk about a couple of things like hot topics, like are hospitals really as busy as they are? I mean, let's go on to the next one. We've got some really goddamn stupid designs of masks coming out. I mean, what the hell's going on?
Show your mouth.
Show your mouth.
$25.99, guys.
Show your face.
Buy 3, 10% off.
Okay.
Buy 10, save
show,
20%.
What's this? Show your face pro.
Look at that. Eh?
Right, we're actually racing towards a COVID future where people are just going to be walking
look
around.
at that. This is
Look at this.
Horrendous.
I found one a minute ago. I think I lost it. It's where like you had a little flap. You could open the flap to eat food.
Oh, no way.
And they said, yeah, absolute protection from the virus, apart from when the flap's open.
Yeah, of course.
Butt faces, absolute butt faces. So yeah, also look at this. Sadiq Khan warns the biggest threat of the pandemic so far. Coping, NHS can't cope.
Just can't cope.
Just never cope, as if it's ever coped before. I mean, has everyone got the shortest memory of all time?
No.
Every single year, the NHS is going to explode. Everyone is going to die. People are dying on the floor. There's mountains of dead bodies. There are queues of ambulances for 100 miles. Everyone's dead. I mean, that happens every year. Was it bullshit every other year? Because it's certainly not happening this year. I go past the hospital every day. I've never seen it so quiet.
No. Pool Hospital.
Yeah. Right? Right. And again, I'm not saying that there are no people dying of a SARS-CoV virus. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I drive past the hospital twice a day, every day of my life, and the car park to the hospital is on the main road. It's a massive car park, and throughout my entire life, every single day I drive past it, it's always full up, and people are queuing up the road to get in the car park. Apart from when? Apart from this year and last year. When I've gone there, I had to go there last year for something very small, very minor, very routine. Emptiest car park I've ever seen in my life. This was what? This was actually just after the first lockdown finished. So
I remember, right? I went. I didn't go to the dentist for a few years because I was working away. I was working in the mountains, then I was working away on boats and coming back for a couple of months. And I never had any tooth issues, and I just didn't go to the dentist. All of a sudden, I had a fucking toothache one night. Just literally, just fucking hit me, and I had some painkillers. Blah blah. Didn't help. Went to bed. Had a little smoke, so it didn't help. And some more painkillers didn't help. Anyway, I woke up like 2 a.m. I said to my missus, I've got to lie in the lounge, just fucking killing me because I was wriggling around, I couldn't sleep. Anyway, it got so bad, I just drove myself to A&E. And all I needed, right, I'd made an emergency appointment with my dentist for the next morning, but my dentist didn't open till 8:30.
okay.
And I drove to A&E, and I had to wait 2 hours for the woman to come out of the fucking thing and just to give me a little oral injection, like a little syringe of liquid morphine, just to soothe me for a couple of hours, so that I could have the
Do you know what? Right?
so the dentist open.
Imagine
2.5 hours.
Imagine the extra cost of the time wasted. Obviously, the PPE, obviously the extra paperwork, the extra admin time, but just of all the time lost for doctors, dentists, healthcare workers, because of all the extra bullshit that none of these restrictions are blatantly working. The harder we have a clamp. Can I talk about whether lockdowns work or not? Am I even allowed to talk about that?
Well, the thing is, right, I looked into this. Everyone's saying, the governments are saying, Boris Johnson is saying, follow the science, follow the science, follow the science.
Every bit of science says lockdowns don't work.
There you go. The scientists are saying...
Every bit of good science said healthy people should not be wearing masks.
And the lockdowns don't work. So if Boris Johnson's saying follow the science, well, the scientists are saying it doesn't work and it's not good for us.
I can't believe it. We've been broadcasting on Facebook for almost an hour and nobody has called me a conspiracy theorist or a tinfoil hat wearer in the comment section yet. As yet. I think I might have just tempted fate there.
That's all right.
So let's put it out to the comment section. When Sadiq Khan says you have to wear a mask outside at all times.
At all times, out in the, even if you're taking your dog for a walk on your own, Lance. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, I've just realised I've got up the wrong headline there. But I've got a picture. Hold on. Oh, in the meantime, let's look at this picture. This is proper Soviet Union business.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Council recruits men with TVs strapped above their heads to
Imagine
walk the
being
streets
this guy.
and warn public not to break COVID lockdown rules. Are you fucking serious? Look at this guy.
But like, I just don't.
This has got to be a fucking wind up.
Imagine how much this costs. You have to pay this guy his wages. He's walking around with a TV screen on his head.
It can't be good for him either. Like to have that shit fucking. Mind you, it might be some lightweight China flat screen.
Either way, what is this going to achieve? Who is this someone just with a blank checkbook looking to waste as much public money as possible?
This is ridiculous.
It's literally ridiculous. It makes me sick.
So what we got, Sadiq Khan.
1 sec. Let me just find it here.
So basically,
Sadiq Khan has basically said, in his grand wisdom,
that you have to wear a mask
Here it is.
outside at all times.
it's coming. It's coming. You know it's coming.
Mayor Sadiq Khan declares a major incident in London and demands masks are worn in all public places as police vow to get tougher on selfish rule breakers. A spread of COVID is now out of control, despite figures showing cities' cases are falling. Right. So obviously, like we just said, there's always going to be more cases in the wintertime because it's a respiratory disease.
Yeah.
And they've already mentioned outright that they're going to blend the flu, pneumonia, and common cold numbers with COVID. They've already said that. So there's obviously going to be a load of a spike in cases, isn't there? But is the death? Everyone's talking about the cases. The cases. What's the fucking death rate? What is the death rate? Nobody talks about the death rate, do they? Or the survival rate? Nobody actually talks about that. All they say is the cases. And notice they don't really mention COVID-19 anymore. It's always COVID or coronavirus, which is multiple.
Coronavirus is a family of viruses. COVID-19.
Precisely.
COVID-19 is a conceptual disease. Doesn't exist. There's no test for COVID-19. There's not even a test for SARS-CoV-2, which is the name of the virus.
Again, we might be breaking some of Zuckerberg's rules.
Yeah, I don't want to break Sugar Man's rules.
Again, we're not saying COVID-19 or the coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, whatever they seem to be calling it, doesn't exist. We're not saying that.
We would never say something.
If that's the case.
We are back.
You
Sorry.
back, Lance?
Yeah. So what? You're gonna have to drive around in your car.
So what was
On
it?
your own.
What was it in our little Rise Above group? Man put up on the little update to the building site. He said there was five people that he knew.
Yeah, in Dorset, 5 people driving around in their vans.
Not just Bournemouth, Paul, Christchurch, all around Dorset.
Some
all
had
Dorset.
marked vans. No. Am I back? Let me know if I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that, Pete. I pressed the wrong button and I was trying to do some.
Let us know in the chat if you
yeah. Let me know. We back
on the audio.
So God, I kind of missed the COVID slideshow. I'm just going to change this banner. Yeah, in case you didn't know, I'm selling T-shirts and making money off dead kids. So I've been told. Apparently I'm telling people that these T-shirts like shield you from 5G and shit. I'm not. They're just sick T-shirts. I designed this T-shirt.
The same as what we're wearing, guys.
I designed this T-shirt with the help of Surefire Designs. Right, we came up with the design. I started wearing the T-shirt in videos. Everyone wanted the T-shirt. I've made the T-shirt. It's £20. It is nice. It's that nice stretchy material. These are nice T-shirts, aren't they?
They're good.
These are not. This is not Fruit of the Loom T-shirts. Large, small, medium, extra large, white, black. I've got one khaki left in small.
So just so you know, all the profit, all the money that's made, goes back into the
now,
studio.
Pete, I'm going to be real. People have criticised me for selling T-shirts. Okay,
get the comments.
Comments, everyone. These T-shirts are £20 each. On each T-shirt, I make a profit of £8.50. So far, I have sold 38 T-shirts,
and I've bought 2 of them for full price.
So I've made a couple of £100 profit off these T-shirts so far. As anyone that's watching Rise Above can see, I have been spending a lot of money every single week on the studio, and the t-shirt money, what I've made is a fraction of what I've spent on the studio so far.
We've got new mics,
We've got new
stands,
mics, new cameras, new lighting. We are constantly
had to replace a camera that's been hoisted by the
yeah,
COVID
yeah. I had to buy a
forces
new
at a
camera. It's been
protest.
confiscated. You know, normally we have 4 people, 4 mics. You know, so I originally said that I was going to sell these t-shirts to raise money for legal fees. So far, my Coviet bail just keeps getting put back and back. So if I do need any legal fees, I will use that money. In the meantime, I've been using it to buy cameras and lights and
just to make the studio look pretty,
look how sick it looks in here. It looks nice. And someone said this is my front room. This is not my front room. This is my studio. It's my office.
No, it's not.
I have a 5-bedroom house. Thank you very much.
Got the Donald Trump pillow back in the background there.
Oh, small Barry Hood, you've got it. The small khaki one is for you, mate. Send me a personal message. They're £20. I do PayPal, debit cards, credit cards, bank transfers. No sexual favors though, god damn it.
So, right.
Khan, yeah, so
that's Khan. He wants you masked up outside at all times, guys.
Oh yeah, we've lost the screen share. Let's get that back. Share that audio too. So
there we go.
Khan wants it.
He wants it, guys. He wants you masked at all times outside.
He wants you to cover your face. He wants you to stop.
Even if you're in a gust of air on your own with no one in the vicinity of 100 meters, he wants a mask on you, just in case you catch something from the lawn.
Oh, thank you very much, Chrissy Richardson. We've watched you build the studio. Feck the haters. That's right. Do you remember the first stream?
So the first stream we did was,
stream. There was one crappy webcam, no mics, and we just sat at a desk and we were just shouting at the webcam.
That's it.
There was no lights, nothing. We didn't even have earphones on.
And before that, when we did the Pizzagate videos,
mate, the Pizzagate videos, we just sat on the sofa.
And
I had like one mic sat on the. Mate, someone commented on the first Pizzagate thing where you and me sat on the sofa. They said the nicest comment the other day. It's like, your guys' work is the most goddamn underrated work on YouTube. I big you up so much. I share it to everyone. Oh god, I felt like sending them a t-shirt just for the goddamn comment. Mate.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I tell you what, guys, when I get comments like that,
that's what the PG's for, guys. Andy PG is for my Pizzagate research.
That's what Andy come in. Me and Andy have known each other for years through music. And then he started watching my shows, and he messaged me, and he was in the group, like admin in the group, and he's saying, "Oh, I've got some of my own Pizzagate research." I was like thinking, do you know what? I thought I know everything about Pizzagate. I think Pizzagate's been a bit done. I think it's been a bit overdone. Everyone's done Pizzagate stuff. I said, do you know what? Come around, have a chat, and show me what you've got. Well, he came round, and I was like, I thought, okay, yeah, Pizzagate emails, yeah, mate. Only took it to the next level. We didn't even present it all, did we? We didn't even get to the end of it.
No, it's an ongoing.
Because then obviously got COVID 1984 really ramped things up.
That's all we've really been doing for the last.
If it wasn't for the COVID Union ramping things up, we would still be going through all of those old school, like all your old favorite topics.
Epstein,
Epsteining it up every week, wouldn't we?
Yeah, all of it.
But the thing is, right, the COVID Union, they just keep throwing so much stuff at your face every goddamn day.
It's hard to keep up with as well,
mate,
especially when we got kicked off of Facebook and our group, because we had such a solid little network of other people doing research as well.
Big up cognitive dissidents.
Yeah,
everyone
in that group. It was really fun. It was cool. It was a cool group. But it's difficult now to get the depth of, to keep up with everything that's going on.
Thank you very much, Chrissy Richardson. It's been very pleasurable for our platform to grow in front of you. You're all part of our family. Rise above. I mean that. Murky Rain, what are you saying? I think the design of the camera is to see the virus remotely, add to the muzzle programming with those glasses, and give a sense of the muzzle to the air purifier. I think I think we've jumped into someone's conversation there. Do you know, we've hardly even talked to people in the comment section tonight. Usually, right, when we're on YouTube doing standard Rise Above business, and we've got like 100 people in the comment section just all going mental, it's proper good fun, isn't it? It's really good.
There's lots to cover.
I mean, tonight is quite tame, and we're just having a general little chat about what's happened and everything, because at the end of the day, this is Facebook. It's not YouTube, and YouTube is bad enough. So, hey, I've seen in the comments that BitChute has got streaming. So maybe next.
So we can.
So I tell you what, maybe next week I'll stream.
Give it a whirl.
Do you know what? I'm almost scared to stream to YouTube now, because when there's 4 of us here, when we start speaking freely and start having a laugh and having a drink and talk about what's going on, we're going to be like, oh shit, what did we just say? and it's gonna.
Well, you can only do that for so long, can't we? I mean, it's gonna.
Yeah, but I can't wait. I don't want to get one more strike. If I get one more strike,
Then we're on.
then I'm one strike away from getting terminated.
And that's it.
We don't want to be terminated. Okay, so we said tonight we do like a 1 hour stream, and we've done an hour. We said we go on if we've still got people watching. We've still got 43 people watching, so we will continue. We will continue. We'll give Facebook a bit of a taster about what Rise Above is essentially about. While we just think about what we're going to talk about next, why not? Let's just have a little tune from myself. Actually, let's see if I can play. I'll just play I'll play a video. I'll play the what's it called? Here we go. So I'm about to play my COVID 1984 freestyle, which is produced by my man Omar Beats. We're just going to go to the toilet very quickly. So please enjoy this. We will be back in just 1 second. It's Friday night's Rise Above. It's Double LMC and Andy PG. Let's get down to business.
Stay firm. Somebody might cop. Oh, so you're a cop on cop. Yo.
Me as your cunt.
Step back 2 meters, then the camera scanned my facial features. It said warning, spatial breaches, observe the government speeches. Strict advice, daily releases. Don't chill at the parks and the beaches. Essential travel, they police it. We know the rules, place to repeat it. Is this about a virus? Is it a plot? What to control and divide us? Is it a problem, reaction, solution? A manufactured crisis? Depopulate for the baggers. Biometric ID taggers. Gates Foundation, back apparatus. Sting a newborn skin like a cactus. Corona the crown of your highness. The molecule inside your sinus. This ain't Wuhan bronchitis. It's the actors and medical mafia pirates. 3 million from Obama. Dr. Fauci through Big Pharma. Move it to Wuhan. Ring the alarm. It's our virus, mate, that's karma. And Bill Gates made the prediction. Event 201 is not a fiction. He said 66 million die of corona affliction. Let me spit vocal wisdom. Nothing social but a social distance. Minds get locked in mental prisons. I hope their sentence lessons. They program fear. I shall torture the program here. The view from my portal program's clear. 2030's 10 more years. And UN made the agenda. A one world government. Epicenter, your soul in your hole in a brain in a blender. Double L's real, I'm not a pretender. I've studied their methods. 20 years with my head in the records. 20 years closely observing their MO and inner workings. Kept my ear to the ground. Sound predictions are made this time around. And my mind never swayed. I've been preparing for this day. COVID 1984 is here. MC Double L, Omar Beats crystal clear. Rise above.
That freestyle probably breaks every single rule on the YouTube like community guidelines for misinformation about coronavirus. That's probably enough to get me banned.
It's all in there. They want to check out some of the other beats.
Yeah, I want to check out what's saying. Something.
Big up Omar Beats in the house.
Big up Omar Beats. Big up Omar Beats. He might be watching. He might be.
Spoken word, that's great. He's just put up the same message that I just like.
Like if you're rabbit holing, I want in. So what?
In.
So obviously, when the stream finishes, we're going to get down to some personal rabbit holing business. What are you saying, Word? No, do you want to do? You want to be like private streaming us and get in on our rabbit hole? Oh, hang tight, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Friday night.
So, Lars, have you what else have you got for tonight? That's Facebook friendly.
Can
we talk about that?
Yeah, well, I could talk about it.
Should we just put it up? Right. So yeah, like
yeah,
so
right. We've got to be careful. We've got to be careful.
We're going to be real blasé about this. This is a document called the SPARS Pandemic 2025 to 2028. This is a futuristic scenario.
It has nothing. It has nothing to do with COVID 1984.
It's got absolutely nothing.
I want to make this clear that this projection. Let's just do this COVID style, right? let me. I tell you what. It made me feel better. Maybe if I put my hat on.
Should we turn the studio red?
This is how you do it.
Let's get the red lights on.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make it clear that what we're about to look at here has got absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with COVID 1984.
Oh, savage. So yeah, this has got nothing to do with our current global situation. This is a it's got absolutely no similarities whatsoever. You can look into this yourself. So this is published in, when was it last? 2017. Yeah. This is published in 2017. This is a futuristic scenario for public health risk communicators. Okay, so this is basically Do you want to go through? Do you want to show a couple of pages of this, Lance?
Yeah,
we're not going to go too much into this because
this glorious scenario talks about a pandemic which is nothing like the people's pandemic which we're living through right now. So there's no similarities whatsoever. I'm just going to scroll through here.
It's about a respiratory virus.
It's about it is funnily enough about a novel coronavirus that comes from Asia, but that's where the similarity ends, sort of. Nothing to do with COVID 1984 at all. Johns Hopkins, they were nothing to do with Event 201 either. You know, the other simulation that happened in
Bill
2019.
Gates, the one that Bill
yeah,
Gates
the one with Health Chancellor Gates. Yeah.
That's it.
And the Rockefeller Foundation.
Yeah,
they
of
were
course.
nothing to do with any of those things.
All the favourite characters.
Yeah, all our favourite characters. And, the Rockefeller Foundation didn't do Operation Lockstep either, which sort of definitely didn't predict any of the things which are sort of happening right now either. Now, obviously, when I go into this properly, it's going to be on BitChute. So I'm going to be dancing around what this document doesn't talk about and what it doesn't predict. It's very, very in-depth. It's 35 pages. I've got through most of it so far. So it's talking here about a novel coronavirus. And let me just zoom in a little bit. So the scenario environment, the year is 2025. The world has become simultaneously more connected, yet more divided. Nearly universal access to wireless internet and new technology, including internet accessing technology, IAT, thin flexible screen. So it's talking about this future scenario. They love planning things in the future because they never know what's going to happen. It's obviously just a completely random world where these crazy diseases spring out of nowhere, or from bats, obviously. So they're talking here about social media and the spread of misinformation. We need to go down a little bit further. Here we go. So the SPARS outbreak, an illness with flu-like symptoms. So it's nothing like COVID 1984. Just want to make that clear. Nothing like that at all.
Nothing like what's currently going on. So in mid-October 2025, 3 deaths were reported among members of the First Baptist Church of St. Paul, Minnesota.
That's where the word comes from. St. Paul's acute respiratory syndrome. SPARS. Yeah, SPARS. Right, I'm going to go down further. Here we see as SPARS gets into the USA.
So this is all scenarios, guys.
This is a scenario.
How social media would interact and play a part in the misinformation / information of
so we don't see any there's no similarities so far with the people's pandemic. It comes from Southeast Asia to the US.
It's got flu-like symptoms.
And it comes in flu season as well. So there's no similarities whatsoever so far. The CDC here is
published 2017.
So just 2 years, 3 years before the people's pandemic. No, nothing to worry about.
And then what was Event 201? 2019.
2019. They generally, I mean,
Interesting.
the Johns Hopkins Society, the Rockefeller Foundation, Health Chancellor Gates, and all their cronies, they generally don't get together every couple of years and simulate a massive pandemic. I mean, there definitely isn't 6 different examples of that happening. Wow. Definitely not
6.
Definitely not 6.
Wow.
I mean,
of course there's 6.
Definitely not 5 anyway.
Right.
So
some might say that we're currently in a live exercise.
Here's something that's really interesting, because here is where SPARS is certainly not like the people's pandemic that's going on now. Look what it says here. Concerning many Americans, the severity of SPARS at the outbreak was moderately high. The people's concern was compounded by the apparent virulence of the pathogen. At the outset of the SPARS outbreak, physicians' understanding of the disease stemmed primarily from extreme severe cases in pneumonia or hypoxia that required hospitalization and extensive medical treatment. That's nothing like what's going on now, for sure. Mild cases of the disease, which produced symptoms included cough, fever, headaches, and malaise, were often perceived as the flu by people who had had them, and consequently often were untreated and diagnosed by medical personnel. Nothing like that. As a result, early case fatalities estimates were inflated. Does that sound familiar? By late November, the CDC reported an initial estimated SPARS case fatality rate of 4.7%. By contrast, the Wuhan Health Organization, reported the overall case fatality of SARS is 14 to 15%, and over 50% for people in the age of 64. Later on in the SPARS outbreak, data that included more accurate estimates indicated a case fatality rate of only 0.6%.
Sound familiar, guys?
Oh no, that's nothing. That's nothing like the people's pandemic, mate.
Is that what's going on?
Nothing.
Seems the same.
Really?
Does seem
Well, I'll tell you what, there's one more thing. There's
strangely-
one more thing that's definitely not the same. And it's around a cure or a preventative or a therapeutic. And remember, there's a very infamous
No, I don't know.
Is there anything wrong with the stream, guys? Because Spoken Word Nerd says there is.
What are you saying, word nerd?
Oh no, I am running 2 streams. I've got one on my profile and one on double LMC. Sorry. Spoken Word Nerd, stop distracting me. Right. Yeah. Thank you, Carol, for sorting that out. You sorted out the problem. Right.
So what we saying? Back to the
Back to this. Okay, so spas, nothing like the people's pandemic. Definitely not. It spreads because it has a longer incubation period of up to 2 weeks. Again, nothing like the people's pandemic. I'm going to go down here further. Vaccines. They start talking about vaccines, but there's a problem. There's a problem not with vaccines. It's with therapeutic. The FDA promotes a miracle cure for spas called, what's it called?
no.
Calavisia, right? Calavisia. Here it is, Calavisia. And initially, it says that it treats it. Then it says here that some misinformation comes out that it only treats adults and not children. Scroll down further, and there's a whole thing here about this whole media hype around this therapeutic that gets put in the spotlight well, and then it gets rubbished back and forth. Does this sound familiar? Does this sound reminiscent of a certain therapeutic called
HCQ.
HCQ, hydroxychloroquine? It even goes down here to say, now I'm going to do this in proper depth on BitChute, guys. I'm not doing this justice here. There's here kids vomiting after taking it. So they're saying that it actually hurts people just like they did with you know what. And it even says about a president backing it and it being used to discredit him.
Wow.
So there's a lot in here, guys. There's a lot in here.
Published in 2017, guys.
Published in 2017. Spas. from
Similar to
Johns Hopkins.
SARS-CoV-2.
Yeah, look at this. There's a new one, MVax, antiviral for spas. It's awfully similar. And this is all about how they've even got talking about rappers talking about the vaccine. It's like, really?
Easy on that V word, my man.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we can't use that word. So, yeah, that's something that I'm going to be making a presentation. I actually want to do it with
That
Andy.
we found interesting, guys.
We found it
Something
interesting.
found
I mean,
interesting.
we just found it a bit interesting.
We thought you might find it interesting
We're
as well.
obviously not giving any advice about anything. We're simply commenting.
Well, we
that
might
this-
say, look into this paper.
Yeah, we're not giving health advice though. Certainly not about you know what.
Absolutely not. So I think that's enough of
Yeah.
this. You get the general idea,
You get
guys.
the general idea. We certainly can't go into any proper detail about what this document actually contains because it's sensitive information. Certainly for the ignorant ears of peasants in the Soviet Union, which are not supposed to know the truth.
Absolutely not.
Take its hat off now.
So what's next up on the
Yeah, to be honest,
on the show reel?
I don't have a great deal more. I haven't prepared a lot for tonight. I haven't been in contact with Virus Man 2020. But the good news is when we return next week on YouTube with a full stream, a full 5-hour rabbit hole extravaganza bonanza, there will be a Soviet slideshow. There will be a meme picture show. So I was very ill prepared for tonight because I was a bit upset about what happened. I've been thinking about alternatives. But you know, bigger, badder, better. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. So, yeah, big up everyone in the comment section.
Yeah, thanks for listening tonight.
Thanks for
watching
listening tonight. Thanks for stopping by on your Friday night. And a big up to everyone that doesn't normally tune into Rise Above.
Yeah, check us out every Friday night.
Every
Double
Friday
LMC.
night, double LMC on YouTube. Let's just do some promotion before we...
Yeah, let's get a banner up.
Okay. Insta, double LMC, brand YouTube, double LMC. BitChute, double LMC. YouTube, double LMC with spaces in it. Subscribe, like, share. I am smashing the shit out of the Soviet Union narrative on a daily basis. People are getting very upset. But what's the saying? When you make omelets, you can expect to have broken eggs.
You got to break some eggs.
Well, guess what? Me and Andy, we eat big boy omelets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a daily basis, and there are broken eggs all over the place. But that's absolutely fine. That's to be expected.
Trail of eggshells.
Yeah. So if you are behind, get on the channel. I've got interviews, testimonies from whistleblowers in the health service. I've got in-depth investigative reports into what is actually happening behind the scenes with this pandemic and what is coming down the road. There's a reason that people have been listening to me. It's because the things that I was saying 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago are now happening before our very eyes. It's not because Andy or myself are wizards. We are not psychic. The difference is that we have been reading the documents like I just presented to you. I've been reading documents like that for 10 or 15 years. We've been looking into what's going to happen. And unfortunately, a lot of what we've been looking into is literally coming.
They like to put all the documents out for everyone to see. I mean, if everyone wants to have a little look into, just Google Operation Lockstep. Okay, just Google that and look at the paperwork, look at the documents. These are official government documents that they've been released. How long have they been released for now?
Locksteps come out in 2010.
Yeah, 2010. You have a look at that and you look at the content and you see
It's actually called the Rockefeller Foundation. Something like Plan for a Strategical Technological Future. If you just type in Rockefeller and Lockstep, eventually you'll find it. It's in fact, I did a whole thing about it. COVID 1984.
They like to have all these documents out in the open, as you've just seen, for us to read. They like to kind of show it off in your face. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's all there. Operation Lockstep, Rockefeller. This one here. Here's me and Andy talking about Satanism, and the dark occult. Track and trace. It's all here, guys. If you're new to my work, I've got hours. I've got like 100 videos here. Speeches, in-depth investigations, sort of open forum chats,
interviews.
I've got interviews with Mark Devlin, DJs, other researchers. Here I am on Atlantic Underground podcast, all over the country, international shows as well. That one was in Canada, I believe. So if your
channel's blown up, really.
Yeah, massive thank you to everyone. We're on like hey, look, we're almost on 4,000 subscribers.
Nice.
Big in the game. Yeah, so big ups to everyone that's been supporting me in 2020. Fuck the haters. Anyone that's saying that I'm doing this for likes or doing it to stay relevant.
It's not monetized.
I've turned down monetization. I got offered monetization 2 months ago when we hit like whatever 1,000 subscribers when it was then. I'm never going to make money off this channel while I'm talking about COVID 1984. When that's over and when we have beat the Soviet Union, then if we want to do a podcast and I'm not talking about people dying, then I will make money off it. I will monetize it, but not now. So yeah, for anyone that thinks that I'm making money off this or doing it for likes, suck my dick, because I'm not. Anyone that thinks that I'm doing this to stay relevant, anyone that really knows me knows that's bullshit. I've been crazy for a very, very long time. Yeah, and I've been talking about these subjects for a long time.
Ever since them towers came down.
Michael. Yeah, I might have taken a little break 2 or 3 years ago when I was on TV and stuff because I didn't want to jeopardize my career. But then the New World Order started actually happening in front of my face, so I kind of felt a bit of an obligation to start presenting my work in a different way. And thank you to everyone that gave me the kick up the arse to do it. Because when did we start this? Right? When's the first Rise Above video? Let me look back. This is mental. First Rise Above video. 7 months ago. So in 7 months, we've
got all the Pizzagate stuff in there.
We've made this many videos, this much content, and we're doing live streams every week. 5-hour-long live streams, new material every week, new information. It's not just like the live stream is not just jokes. It's not just showing memes and having a laugh at all the stupid things going on. We're also bringing hard-hitting information as well.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot of serious
information that's so hard-hitting. We're getting the stream taken down. So, yeah, it's something to think about. If you're new to what I'm doing, thank you very much for tuning in. And it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to people on Facebook tonight. It's been a little bit different. It's been a lot more, what's the word?
Light.
yeah. This is if you like Rise Above, this is Rise Above Light. If you want
this is like the PG.
This is the PG.
Version.
This is the initiation period. If you like what you've heard tonight, if you like what we're talking about, if you like this format, This is Rise Above Light. Check out Rise Above Full Fat Edition coming next week on YouTube. In fact, yeah, here we go. On Insta, same as on YouTube. Double LMC. Add me up.
I think we got to give Virus Man a shout out as well.
God, yeah, of course.
Give our man Virus Man.
There's if you're on Instagram, you need to check this dude out. Virus Man 2020. He is our official mimetic sorcerer. He's a very powerful meme wizard.
He makes some awesome memes, guys. Should we get up a couple just to finish finish the stream off on a nice note, on a little light note?
We'll play a tune.
Yeah, let's play a tune, and we're gonna get a couple of Virus Man.
Yeah. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in. For the last few minutes, we're gonna play a couple of my tuned, me and Oma beats while we review some of the Virus Man memes. Bear with us just a sec.
So yeah, like, subscribe, guys. Give him a shout on Insta. He's got some awesome memes, especially in a current global situation. Always makes us laugh. Has he got his t-shirt yet, Lance? Has he got his Rise Above t-shirt? Better have. He was a winner of our meme competition from one of our earliest shows.
Oh, don't tell me it's been
taken down.
No.
Virus Man has been taken down.
Oh, unless he's gone to Virus Mania. No, that's not him.
It's not
him. No, Virus Man's been taken down.
No way.
Shit. That's
gone after
good.
him for his work.
Right, well.
For his mimetic sorcery.
Shit. I'm really sorry to say that our mimetic wizard has been taken down. What's that, Pete Taylor? Virus Man's memes are top banana.
We can get a couple up, Lance, surely.
Oh, yeah,
of
course I can. What am I saying?
Let's get a couple up to show the guys.
Memes.
Because it's definitely worth the, especially as he's been now, we've got to pay homage to a martyr. As he's been,
these aren't even
taken down.
Wait a minute. Do you know what?
We got.
Let's just get the slideshow up.
Shall we get a slideshow up?
The PowerPoint. Yeah, we need to show you. Like,
yeah, we'll give you a little taste of.
Welcome to the Soviet Union, 31st. Yeah, this is it. Right, so we're just going to play a tune. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tonight has been myself, Double LMC, with Andy PG. We are Rise Above. Catch us next week on YouTube on Double LMC. Let me get rid of that goddamn banner. Get rid of Virus Man. We need someone here to do these buttons, honestly. Right.
Yeah, where you at, Magix?
Right, Poison Dart.
The world is a wonderful place with lots of things to see and lots of things to touch.
And now we go for some Virus Man.
Lots of things to smell.
Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody.
Lots of things to taste. But there are some things that can make
Greta Reset from Virus Man 2020. Big up.
Oh my, not a full-on danger alert. But there does appear to be an alarming increase in children mistaking medicine for candy.
Welcome to the Soviet Union.
Poison. Poison.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Full show next week. Full show next week.
Poison dart, straight to the heart, mate. Now a sound boy won't partake. It's not a game, you know, arcade. I shoot like a cupid, I'm causing them heartache. Cry me a river, like your last day. I was a sinner, but that's in the past, mate. We don't talk no more. What's going on now? You never want to parlay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. No one mentioned, no one named. And I move on the track like a high-speed train that is never derailed by leaf nor rain. Relentless on a long campaign. Darts of fire with a pinpoint aim. My METHOD of delivery to bring you.
Big up Bradley Golden. Big up the Texas crew. Big up Chrissy. Big up Claire. See you guys next week. Big up Pete Taylor. I type Barry Hood.
Poison, 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 poison. Darts might set from armored plates. Accelerate at alarming rates. And wipe a smile off a charming face. Then stop the ball by disarming states. Like what? Who broke the ceasefire? Grab the mic, lead and choke the town crier. No matter what transpire, I slice through beef just like cheese wire. Rain on them with a heavy artillery. Painstaking workplace, sickest delivery. Even MC get a seizure. Booked in veins, bust up capillaries. Enter the bloodstream intravenously. Crime schemes infect you seamlessly. No vaccine, conveniently. Fatalities are occurring frequently. Poison darts, straight to the heart. And this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oh, my beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison darts, straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. Of above so below, the first shall be last. Poisonous, new forms more lethal. Evil spawn infects more people. They write the law, so it's legal. The poison dart is a nurse's needle. Shot first from a GP's pen. Chosen first from the DSM. Target women, children, men. Sold as a remedy for defense. The reality gets much worse. Sick minds no less than perverse. They pay on the vaccine to fatten the purse. 6 months before the outbreaks rehearse.
Schwab at the hut.
Let's make things clear. Inside the mind's the final frontier. Our demise has been
Big up
engineered.
Butch.
So seek the truth or succumb to the fear. Poison dart.
Big up Carol. And to everybody.
This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oma Beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison dart, straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. The ups up below, the first shall be last.
Should have finished the mic drop.
One more. You never heard this one before. This is Leviathan.
Greasing corks inside the Leviathan. Greasing corks inside the Leviathan. Greasing corks inside the Leviathan. Greasing corks inside the Leviathan. Up against the movable
Yeah,
object.
it's an early night tonight, Rise Above crew.
Up against the movable object.
Early night tonight, sorry. Late night next week. 5-hour stream next week. Loads of memes.
Bear witness to this phenomenon, a clear sickness as it's coming on. That's their business, so I carry on beating my fists on the walls of Babylon. And it's vicious, if you're a vagabond in the British Isles, it ain't Avalon. The ambitious escape to the Amazon, life is malicious, climbing the echelon. So we gotta break them chains, be personal best and make them gains. It's a hurtful mess, so abstain from eternal threats and a long campaign. Enough stress, but we don't complain, and I'm hopeful, so I won't refrain from a global test. Gotta maintain on a mobile flex with no disdain. Up against an immovable object, placing bets on illusional onset. Yo, it's cruel from the onset, killing you slow is the usual project. Still thriving despite the drawbacks. He'll write and design in formats. His life got a ride in rollback. The mind's climbing all right to the floor mat. Greasing corks inside the Leviathan. Keeping watching the eyes conspiring.
Salute,
Catch
virus
wind,
man.
sound of the siren.
Salute.
The flames of the furnace is firing. Not inspiring, expanding. Inquiring to gain understanding. A fall from the top equals a crash landing. Don't get fooled by the devil's rebranding. They make the rules, but we got the game plan. They make the rules, but
Yes,
we got
Bradley,
the game plan.
you know about this song.
They make the rules, but we got the game plan. Placing bets on illusional odds. They make the rules,
Big up
but we
Claire,
got
thank
the
you for
game plan.
tuning in. We'll be back next week with a full show. Full show
Greasing
next
corks
week.
inside the Leviathan.
And that's
There
it
it
from
is.
us. That is it from us.
Greasing corks
Mic
inside
drop.
the Leviathan.
Mic drop.
Greasing corks inside the Leviathan. They make the rules, but we got the game plan. Greasing corks inside the Leviathan. They make the rules, but we got the game plan.
Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. It's been Rise Above. We just done the big mic drop. Big up Virus Man 2020 each and every single goddamn time. We will be back next week with more business as per usual. Coviet meme shows, Magic's Mind Blowers. We will be talking about creator theory and everything else.
Yeah, we
that
got loads to go through.
God damn, we've got a lot to talk about next week. Yeah, so we'll just finish with this. See you guys next time, and never ever forget, Rise Above.
Now, I've just given you a taster. Now, I've done hundreds of hours of research. I've done hundreds of hours of research. If you want to know more, check out my YouTube channel. Check out my YouTube channel. LMC. Rise. Thank you very much.